In football, you never forget the pain. A loss becomes a scar, humiliation becomes fuel, and revenge becomes art.
Vem bola pra área, aqui no Cristiano!
Today, you're gonna see the most epic revenge stories in football history. Let's kick things off with the day Neymar got revenge on the ref with a ball to the ear. Champions League 2017-18. The round of 16. Real Madrid versus PSG. Neymar's crew wanted to tear down the Madrid empire at the Bernabeu. But first, he had a personal mission to get back at the referee. Around the 13-minute mark, a yellow card for Neymar for a basic foul on Nacho, but the message was loud and clear. The ref wasn't about to cut the Brazilian any slack. At 32 minutes, PSG found their moment. Neymar battled with Varane, and the ball fell to Rabiot's feet, who was wide open to smash it home and open the scoring right there in the Bernabeu. At the 43-minute mark, Kroos was pulled down by Lo Celso in the box, and the ref pointed to the spot. Cristiano Ronaldo stepped up, blasted a rocket into the left corner, and leveled the score. Neymar kept on playing, kept trying, kept winding them up, kept dishing out passes. He even put Mbappe one-on-one with the keeper at 48 minutes, and Navas pulled off a miracle save to deny the second goal. But what Neymar really wanted was something else entirely. At 68 minutes, the moment came. PSG was on the attack. The ball was with Neymar. Without a second thought, he launched a straight, hard, vicious rocket right at the ref's ear. The referee went down. He crouched on the ground, feeling the impact. The game stopped. The medics came on. The Bernabeu went silent, and Neymar just stared him down. It wasn't a card, it wasn't a foul, but it was revenge. It was the bottled-up rage of someone who carries the weight of being the main man that gets treated like the villain. It was the scream that couldn't come out of his mouth, so it came from his feet. And then, at 82 minutes, the Bernabeu erupted. Asensio made a run down the left, crossed it in, Areola parried it into the middle, and Cristiano Ronaldo was in the right place at the right time to put Real in front. 2-1. The comeback was on, and there was still more to come. 3 minutes later, Asensio popped up again, hit a low cross, and Marcelo, like an arrow, stormed into the box and absolutely rifled it past the keeper to score the third. Full time, 3-1 Real Madrid, but the one who truly got their payback in that moment of silent fury was Neymar. The next bit of revenge wasn't with a ball, it was with a beatdown. Old Trafford, the 2016-17 season. Manchester United versus Bournemouth. Just another Premier League match until it turned into an all-out war zone. United went ahead first. The fullback Valencia drilled in a low cross, and the defender Marcos Rojo showed up to tap it into the back of the net. 1-0, everything was going smoothly, but the answer came before halftime. Joshua King, the visitor's striker, smashed his penalty home to make it all square, and then came the chaos. At 44 minutes, the defender Tyrone Mings crossed the line. He went in hard on Rooney, and in the same play, Mings straight up stomped on the head of Ibrahimovic, who was down on the ground. The camera caught it, the world saw it, and the world waited. Ibrahimovic got up. He looked, he memorized that face. The very next minute, a corner for United. The world held its breath. The ball went up, so did Ibrahimovic, and with him, his right arm, a sickening elbow smacked to Mings' forehead, right in the middle of the box, and in the middle of the crowd, in the middle of Old Trafford. Revenge was served. No words, no drama, just the signature of a guy who knows how to handle his own business. In the mess, the midfielder Andrew Sermon got involved and pushed Ibra. He got a second yellow. He was sent off. The game ended 1-1, but Ibrahimovic walked off the pitch looking completely chill. In the post-match interview, he just dropped this line: "What happens on the pitch stays on the pitch." Cold, calculated, ruthless. This match went down as the Days Lawton collected a debt with interest, paid right on the enemy's forehead. And even the GOATS resort to violence sometimes. In the Copa del Rey semifinal of the 2013-14 season, it was time for the Madrid derby, Real versus Atletico, and blood was boiling at the Vicente Calderon Stadium. Just 5 minutes in, Cristiano Ronaldo got the ball on the left. He invited the defender Miranda to a dance-off, and as he was doing his step-overs, the fullback Javier Manquillo came in from behind and took the superstar down inside the box. Penalty! Cristiano stepped up to the ball, took a deep breath, and unleashed a cannonball into the corner. No chance. 1-0. The message had been sent. 10 minutes later, again, another penalty. Again, Cristiano. Again, a goal. 2-0 inside 15 minutes. But the game was just getting started. Atletico refused to be dominated. Their players were flying into every challenge. The vibe was pure warfare. At 41 minutes, the unthinkable happened. Manquillo and the midfielder Raul Garcia went in on Cristiano together, hard, aiming only for the Portuguese star's legs. No card. Cristiano went down. He got back up. He bottled it all up inside. 2 minutes later, it was payback time. Isco launched a high ball into space. Cristiano saw it. He hit the gas. Manquillo went for it too. In the challenge, Cristiano came in with his whole body at full force. Manquillo spun in the air and crashed headfirst onto the ground. He almost broke his neck. The stadium went silent for a second, but Ronaldo just kept walking. An ice-cold stare. No apology. He didn't even look back. The game ended 2-0, but the score was the least important thing. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't just score 2 goals. He made sure to remind everyone that he knew how to hit back with the ball, and without it, it was war, and he won. When Cristiano left for Juventus, Atletico de Madrid thought they were finally free, but fate put the Portuguese legend face-to-face with the Colchoneros once again in the round of 16 of the 2018-19 Champions League. In the first leg at the Wanda Metropolitano, it was 2-0 to Atletico. Cristiano was booed and taunted the entire game, but he just held up his hand, showed 5 fingers, 5 Champions League trophies. He warned them with his eyes, in the return leg, I'm gonna finish you. And he did. At 26 minutes, the winger Bernardeschi whipped a ball in from the left, a high, looping ball to the back post. Cristiano rose up with pure will, defying gravity, and absolutely bodied the fullback Juanfran in the air. A powerful header. The first goal, the stadium went insane, but he didn't celebrate. He just stared them down. He knew he had more scores to settle. They had barely kicked off the second half, and the second goal came 2 minutes after the restart. The fullback Juan Cancelo sent in a perfect cross, and there he was again. Cristiano leaped into the stratosphere and headed it into the top corner. The keeper Oblak stretched out in desperation, but the ball had already crossed the line. The ref pointed to the center circle. That was number 2. That was the equalizer. That was fear in the eyes of the Atletico players. But he wanted more, because this was personal. Late in the game, Bernardeschi was fouled in the box. The entire Juventus squad held its breath. Cristiano grabbed the ball and placed it calmly on the spot. 1 step, 2, 3. He struck it clean, cold, like a killer, into the left corner. Oblak dived the other way. The number 7's iconic celebration. And the roar came, "See you!" Cristiano ran, arms wide open. The world was watching. He got the hat trick. He knocked Atletico out again. This wasn't just another win. This was revenge. This was about respect. This was about reminding the world who runs the Champions League. And Atletico, another open wound, another night being hunted by a predator named Cristiano Ronaldo. The next revenge story happened in the biggest clash in football, El Clásico, Barca versus Real. It was match day 31 of La Liga in 2005/06. A sold-out Camp Nou. On one side, the Barcelona of Ronaldinho, Deco, Iniesta, and Puyol. On the other, a star-studded Real Madrid with Zidane, Beckham, Roberto Carlos, and Ronaldo Nazario, a clash of titans. But this game had its own subplot. It was personal for the number 9. Barca took the lead early in the first half. Ronaldinho took a penalty with his usual class, ball one way, keeper the other. The stands erupted, 1-0 to Barca, but Real hit back hard. Julio Baptista got the ball in the middle and played a pinpoint pass. The ball traveled straight to Ronaldo, and he was a genius. He controlled it with class and with a subtle little chip lifted it over the keeper Valdez. The equalizer, a classic Fenomeno goal. The Clásico was tied, an electric game. The Brazilians were putting on a show, but at 67 minutes, what should have been the go-ahead goal turned into controversy. Ronaldo easily dribbled past the fullback Oleguer, entered the box, and was blatantly pulled down. The crowd went quiet. The players waited for the whistle, but the referee booked him for diving, and on top of that, he gave Ronaldo a yellow card. Ronaldo was fuming. He couldn't believe it, but he didn't forget. And 5 minutes later, the Fenomeno got his payback, and in the most unexpected way possible. He got the ball in midfield, a quick turn with Puyol on his back. Ronaldo saw the referee in his path. He ran behind the ref and left his body in the way. Puyol tried to follow, and BAM! He tripped up the referee. The ref went down, the stadium roared with laughter, and Ronaldo just walked away like nothing happened. There was no goal, but there was a response. The game ended 1-1, but Ronaldo had the last word, because sometimes revenge is all in the details. And the Fenomeno, he knew how to get even like few others. And if you've watched this far, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell, because the next videos are gonna be even better. My name is Christian Castro, and I'll catch you in the next one.